Hello, Joe here. In today's video we've got 20 tips for you to improve at Vondel Resurgence mode for the average Joe. It's time to stop watching these pro players. There's no need to watch them. They're too good. They're impossible to emulate. I've got some practical tips for you, and we're going to start straight off with where to land. Now, for me, Market's a fantastic place to land with all those lovely orange crates, sometimes personal loadouts in the centre. You can see people fighting over them already. I land a little bit off centre, and I'm just to the edge, and I third party, and that's exactly what you can see me doing there. I'm up and running. I've got one kill already, which puts me in a fantastic position. I'm just going to skip it forward a little bit from here. I basically loot this area, pick up all the lovely cash, pick up the plates, and then I start to climb up on the roofs, which leads me to tip number 2. Tip 2 is rooftop fighting, something everybody has to master here on Vondel. Once you've got to reload your gun, you've got to get down, which is what I do there. I then re-peek. I'm holding a lovely little heady here, wait for him to peek. I then absolutely obliterate him, use a little bit of height to get the down. To get the thirst is really quite difficult. Tip number 3, you don't have to land. You can pull yourself up on those pulleys halfway up, get that thirst. But I can now carry on third party, and you pick up lovely ground loot guns when you can. That's a 5-star SMG there, the Lightman sub. And over here I can third party as well. A couple of pot shots, I managed to get the kill. Absolutely brilliant. Very proud of this particular kill, all about centering of the gun. And once I've thirsted him, I need to get down because there are people, 2 people to my left hand side. Quickly get some plates in. Really happy to show you rotational aim assist in full view here. I don't take a single piece of damage during this gunfight. I'm going to slow it down and put it into slow motion for you to be able to see it in all of its glory. As soon as I start using that left analog stick, my aim becomes incredibly sticky. A slight adjustment with the right analog stick and I'm pointing up at heads, I'm pointing up at chests. He doesn't lay a glove on me. And that is the power of rotational aim assist. If I just stood and shoot, I wouldn't actually make any contact there. That's all because I've triggered rotational aim assist. I've got that kill. Now, tip 7 is all about using your ears. I was able to hear this guy inside the building, and I've given him the full chase. He's replating at the moment, so there's a little bit of an ego chow from me chasing him the whole way up. Again, it's all about the centering. That is why I've got that kill. As soon as I looked up there, my crosshairs were on him, and I'm about to be third-partied myself here. Tip 9, get down if you need to. This guy didn't see me in time, and then I've jumped up and got in a headshot. I took quite a bit of damage there, but not as much as you might think. That's because I got low and then jumped up from that low position and he wasn't able to lay a glove on me. Now the next tip, I'm going to die here, and it's about being lucky. Don't run into these guys. Don't run into riot shield people because they are so frustrating. Just back out. Tip number 10, don't bother fighting. Look at this. Why do I bother? Tip number 11, and I'm actually going to make another video on this. So if you are enjoying the video so far, if you're enjoying the tips, if you feel like you're learning as an average Joe how to improve your KD at this game, I would thoroughly recommend you subscribing at this point, because I'm going to have a whole video about how to resurge, what to do in this situation. So many of you will just full send loadout or full send the buy station. I've had a good look around there. I made sure that I could actually land on this buy station very quickly by a meta SMG, and I'm back in the game here at this point. I've got a good gun. Tip number 13. This here is all about using cover, because he's not expecting me to do that. Look, did you see that? He was coming around the corner, he thought I'd run away. So that's all about faking, really. That's about pretending to do one thing and then do something entirely different. And that's how I managed to get him. So at this point I'm on 8 kills and we're at tip 14. If you're crouch walking, people can't hear you very well. So I've gone up to the top here, got in the headshots again, which is really important. My centering in this game was good. I was pointing up, I wasn't pointing at people's toes. Tip number 15, I've rounded the corner. He's managed to get away here. Now I could jump off and start chasing him. I could float after him, but instead I just make sure I get accurate with my shooting. I get my shots on target. I'm able to get rid of him. Huge XP for that kill, I'm not entirely sure why. Tip 16, again, this is about where I'm aiming and where I'm centering, and hip firing. Hip firing is so important. As soon as I heard him, I was hip firing there. I didn't wait to perfectly line him up in my crosshairs. I got in the first shots. You know, with 300 HP, that's what it's all about. I'm just going to go back a little bit here for this tip because that's a really good one. You're probably already aware of this already, but if you dolphin dive on this game, you're able to traverse the rooftops with absolute, almost horizontal jumps. I mean, that should never really be something that I'm able to do. It's, you know, fantasy really, isn't it? It's not a realistic shooter if I'm able to do that. But look, I'm straight across and I'm able to shoot somebody in the back. So more third-party action, which probably is one of my main tips. You've probably noticed that I am doing a fair bit of that in this game. Now I can hear somebody coming up the stairs. So what do I do in this particular position? I try to find some cover and tried to catch them by surprise a little bit. So he's going to come through this door now. I'm obviously waiting. My crosshairs are there, and he does not have a chance. The only problem is he did far too much damage on me, which I am pretty disappointed with because that is the end of my game, unfortunately. Resurgence had closed by that point. I've been one-banged by somebody who's deliciously third-partied it, and I've ended up finishing 22nd. But I think I got 10 kills. No, 13 kills. Bonus tip, number 20. This is one of my favourite ones. If you full send somebody with a parachute, they think you're dropping back in with no gun. So this guy doesn't know that I've got a fully meta SMG in my hand. He turns around. He has not got a chance. He has not got a chance. Surprised he did as well as he did, in all honesty. But the big question I've got for all of you today is, am I cursed? Because this is literally the game after I finished 22nd, that lovely 13 kill game that I just showed you. I've landed in here, I've chased this guy, I've got his guns, and I've finished 22nd in a very similar way. It wasn't a sniper rifle on this occasion, it was an RPG, but you do have to ask yourself, seriously, am I cursed at this game?